Today, I want to share some controversial opinions on what it takes to be a good project manager. Now, full disclaimer, I never been a full-time project manager, but I spend enough time sort of managing projects in some way and speaking to clients. So again, just my opinion, how I would do things. Don't get fired from your job because you heard something on the internet. All right, let's talk about it. The first thing is pacing. Do not be too fast. I know we're all trying to get things done quickly for the clients, and clients demand quick turnaround. But sometimes you have those small jobs that you need to give to the client, like 15, 20 documents. And in some cases, it makes sense to wait, to pace it out. You got the request, you can do it in 10 minutes, literally. But don't do it. Give yourself an hour, hour and a half, maybe two, and then send the job back to the client. The reason for that is if you're going to be doing things that fast, the next time they're going to ask for it, the same turnaround time will be expected. And while you were able to do it for them that time, next time you may not be able to do it, and then you're going to be sort of a failure, and the client's going to be like, well, why is it taking so long this time? So pace yourself, as well as set up pacing for your team. If you're working with assistants, EDD analysts, or somebody else, make sure they have enough time to do the work. And even if you can complete it quickly, pad it with some time, and then return work to the client. Next, let's talk about pricing. You're going to have clients who are going to be telling you, oh, we're so cost conscious, we're on the budget, we're this, we're that. Don't listen to none of that. You charge the client for whatever you're supposed to be charging, especially your billable hours. Don't skimp out on that. Charge for every hour or fragment of an hour exactly how you're supposed to. Don't try to like, oh, well, we'll give them a discount or something. None of that. Log your hours, make sure everything gets billed. And that is how the client is going to appreciate the value of your work. If you don't charge for it, you charge very little, they're not going to either appreciate it or they're not going to value it. And next time they're going to come up with some crazier, stupider request that takes even longer and saying, oh, well, it's cheap, you know, this guy does it for me for almost nothing. His time worth nothing. So I'm just going to throw more of these requests at them. And, you know, again, expect that next time also. So don't skimp out on billable hours. Charge for absolutely everything you can charge for. And then later on, if a discount needs to be worked out, that could become a separate item on an invoice saying, okay, well, here is all the hours, here are all the charges, but at the end, maybe we'll give you credit towards something else or something like that. Let salespeople worry about that. You make sure you put everything on the bill and as much as you can. The next thing you should do is question clients' requests. The worst project managers do exactly what clients tell them to do. Client says, I want this, and they go, yes, sir, and just get right on it. Best project managers question things. Why are you doing it? What is going to be the next step? You know, basically, project manager needs to make sure they understand what client is trying to do. Because often, client will ask for something, not thinking of what the next step or the step after is going to be. And they're going to put themselves in the corner, ultimately putting you in the corner. So a project manager needs to question the client to make sure request makes sense, make sure project manager understands what they need to do and what the following steps are going to be. It is not rude to do that. You simply need to get the information and understand a whole project, not one individual request. And in the case you don't understand something, client instructions don't make sense, or they don't have a following step, you should feel free to suggest a different workflow or ask a client like, hey, what are you trying to accomplish at the end? Let's think through the steps and figure out what do we need to do to get where you're going. Again, it's not rude, you know, you're not trying to throw away clients' ideas, you're simply trying to think ahead of where you're trying to get to and make sure every step of the way makes sense. And finally, demand time and respect to do the job. projects can be very complicated, and clients are often going to be pushing you, saying, get this production done quickly, get it done quickly, get it done quickly. And you need to say, wait, hold on, let me check it. I need to make sure coding has been done right. I need to make sure imaging has been done right. I need to check everything. I need to make sure I understand instructions. Hold off, this is not going to be done in 15 minutes. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to reread the instructions. I'm going to ask you questions. You're going to confirm that this is the documents that we're producing. And then we're actually going to start on the production. Don't let the client push you and disrespect you in a way that makes your job seem smaller. You know, you do an important job at organizing, getting instructions, and QCing, and those things take time and they take focus. So you need to take your time, look at things, make sure everything is correct, and then proceed with production or whatever task you're going to be working on. So those are my potentially controversial steps of being a good project manager. Do you have anything to add? Put them in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow on LinkedIn, subscribe on YouTube, and I will see you in the next video.